Yeah, this is a couple videos of white dudes having issues with their Asian girlfriend's food. So this is nothing new. I mean, if you're not familiar with someone's culture, this can or may be a problem. I know, like India, they have strong flavors and food. I don't know about Africa, but I know India for sure because we do have some restaurants around here, and I'll go to every now and then. The food is great, just it's very flavorful. It has a lot of different unique smells to it. So if you're a person with a soft stomach, then this will most likely turn you away. But let's go ahead and get to the video.
Confident, but I don't know how she's been feeling. I don't know if she let the thoughts get to her or the stress of her kids get to her.
And I do not want to see another Asian woman with a white man until the next fiscal year, because what do you mean I had to bear spectacle to this cracker mayo of a husband holding his shirt over his nose while his wife ate her food? Luckily, I wrote a Substack essay about this exact thing. Ew, I just icked myself out. From the section titled, "He lets me eat kimchi when he's not home." I will not be reading everything from my laptop, so I'm sorry for the lack of eye contact. What does it mean when the safest place to exist is next to someone that doesn't fully see you? Indeed, it is perpetual performance and the loss of self. It means that safety has already been compromised. My mother is not allowed to eat kimchi when her husband is home because he can't tolerate the smell, always referring to our staple food as rancid and disgusting. A Korean woman asked
Okay, that's out of line. Like, and that's the thing too. It's several videos about Asian people and their challenges with Asian women. Let's be honest, 'cause that's normally how they get down. Challenges with their white boyfriend. So I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like whenever they get the ones that do get with a white dude, they end up pretty much just throwing away their whole culture because um, they want to be looked at as white. So a lot of times you gotta understand too, is the chance of him knowing their language is pretty much, I want to say impossible, but it's like 9 out of 10 that it won't happen. Now, is either two things gonna happen: the white dude is not gonna learn language, or he will learn language. I'm gonna be honest with you. If he really wanted to, embrace your culture, he would already learn the language before, getting with you. But that's typically white dudes who travel, to Asia and different parts of Asia. Normally, if it's a white dude in America, he won't learn it because like they're looking at it like, okay, well, you came to America, so you need to learn English. They ain't worried about learning Spanish, none of that crap. Even though a lot of them people um, they want him to embrace their culture, which they never do. So he's not gonna learn any African tongue. He's not gonna learn Spanish. He's not gonna learn South Korea, North Korea. None of that. It's just when you come to America, they're strongly uh, they're strongly leaning on to you being in America, so you need to adapt to their culture. They'll never adapt to their culture. I even had a conversation with a dude. He brought up he had a Asian wife and he had two kids, and he was saying how they have a totally different culture from them, blah blah blah. So literally, wasn't trying to be rude, but I literally just cut him off mid sentence. Like, you know what? Whenever you white dudes get with these Asian women, you don't give a fuck about trying to embrace their religion, like their culture, or anything like that. You just get with them because it's a fetish. So me just, what I mean, it's saying that you can call it what you want, but I did tell him that, and he said he is learning the language, but like I said, in the middle of this conversation, I literally just cut him off and just said that. And he was like, "Yeah, it is true." He felt bad, but it's like I wasn't trying to shame him. I was just telling him what it is. Like, bro, like we all know what it is. Like they want to be white. They get with y'all because y'all white. That's really it. And they know that you're not gonna learn their language. You don't give a shit to learn their language or their foods. You just fetish. So I had to call it for what it was, man. So that's normally the case. When you see, any one of these non-white women get with a white dude, like they pretty much just give up their whole culture because they know, unless if you're in America, they know that the dude they don't give a shit about that. So you either gotta get with the program or he could get rid of you. So of course they don't want to lose a white knight. they'll go ahead and just throw away their whole culture, their whole identity, and just try to, um, blend in the best they can to American culture. So this is not common. This is everyday stuff.
For permission to eat kimchi in her own home is not a small lifestyle choice. It is a portrait of racial submission so normalized it can pass for married life. And this is how oppression mutates into identity. Over time, shrinking your identity becomes your nature. You live beside it long enough and eventually start to speak its language, mirror its logic. You start to confuse proximity to whiteness with personhood, with safety, with virtue. That transformation is insidious and is one of white supremacy's most damaging successes. I've seen it time and time again. Being fully seen as an Asian woman, embraced and perceived in all of our truth, often feels like a risk. Typically, when the West desires Asian women, we are risking fetishization, hypersexualization, infantilization, objectification, and racial consumption. With that in mind, partial invisibility can feel merciful and safe. To be with someone who does not fully see you may feel like the safe option because they are not obsessed with you, not fixated on your race, even when you are fixated on theirs, but that's a paper for another time, and this one's already starting to get long. Not eroticizing your difference. But one
Yeah, so like she was saying, like if you over here just this so hung up with being a white dude, being with a white dude, wanna be looked at as white, obviously automatically they're more favored to the typical American lifestyle. So the white dude is going. They see that. They know when you down bad. They know that. So they see that and okay, well whatever. She gonna follow my lead, and that's it. They're not gonna. They don't care about your culture. Let's be honest. You probably got like a movie or something, maybe a TV show. They probably watch every now and then. But normally when that happens, when you see an Asian chick with a white guy, the Asian chick is like, oh, she wanna be accepted in his community. So the white dude ain't doing it. The white dude ain't, oh, I want to be accepted in your Asian community. They don't give a shit about that. It's like, okay, you're in America, you easy as beyond because they easy. They'll get with any white dude, they'll give it up real quick, pop a couple kids out, they'll do whatever because they want to be looked at as white so bad. So the white dude see that, he take advantage of it and he just go from there. But them dudes don't care about, you know, being accepted by another culture whatsoever, no matter who we get with. So that's just what it is.
Once again, like always with the whites, that safety is conditional. It is purchased through diminishment and internalized self-hatred. Being tolerated rather than deeply known is inherently violent. It is the violence of having to fragment yourself in order to be loved without threat. Do I think this is my best piece of writing? No. Did I need to get something out so I could stop being stressed about my first Substack? Yes. Is this something that is fully fleshed out? No. Will I be writing more essays on this? Yes.
Hi guys, how are you all doing? There's a video currently trending, videos of white men who are married to Asian women covering their nose when their Asian women eat food. I've seen like 2 or 3 videos about that, but there's one that actually started this trend, a video of an Asian woman married to a white man eating noodles, and the white man covered his nose, and a lot of Asian community are calling her out, saying that the white man disrespected her and her culture. So let's get into
I'm gonna say this. I mean, he don't care about her culture, but he ain't disrespecting her culture by doing that. At the end of the day, like you have a lot of people. Well, it's common for white people, like they say spicy food. White people hate spicy food and all that stuff like that. So white people, they don't normally have experience with other cultures, cuisines, like Indian food. I mean, everybody had Mexican food. If you're in America, you had Mexican food at some point in time, whether it was, a mom and pop shop or a huge franchise. But everybody had, experience with Mexican food. But when you get into like India, Cuban, like Japanese, like you start getting the sushi, all this stuff like that, they really don't have experience with that. But at the end of the day, if the food has a strong aroma and they're not used to it, it is what it is. But by him not not liking the smell, that doesn't mean he's disrespecting her culture. So I understand with some people they wanna be on the negative side a lot. He got a lot of miserable people like that. But I say you just understanding what's really going on. They want to, they wish they want to talk about, or they want to make it seem like it's something terrible instead of you just being realistic with yourself and say, okay, the food has a strong aroma and he he has a weak stomach. You know what I mean? It's not a pleasant smell. It is what it is. So that's fine. But he's not disrespecting her culture because the the smell of the food is giving him nauseous. It's getting him nauseous or anything like that. It's just he has sensitive uh, sensitive smell. So he just can't take it. It is what it is. So it has nothing to do with him disrespecting our culture. It just has a strong aroma, and he don't like the smell of it. It's that simple.
To people and see what people are saying now about this. After that, I will give you my own opinion.
You guys seen that video when you're married to an Asian woman and her man is like on the sofa, like he was like on the sofa like this the entire time, covering his nose and shit? What the fuck is happening there in that relationship? It's either she wants to be with the white guy so bad, or he has the yellow fever so bad that he is willing to put up with whatever the smell that he doesn't like, or she is just his type of fetish. Maybe it's the other way around and she's willing to deal with the disrespect because she has that white fever and she really needs that white D and nothing else. You know, when you're white, you're right. Really out here trying to make that banana baby, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm not here to judge. Well, yes, the fuck I am. Because if it's her wanting to be with the white guy so bad and she's willing to deal with the disrespect, man, where's your self esteem, your self worth? Jesus Christ. I could tell you right now, if I have to date with somebody that's like this all the time, bro, I would be like, deuces, like so fast. There is no way I will be in that type of relationship when the person is like this the entire time while I'm trying to eat my meal.
I was just having a craving for kimchi, so I took out this gakdugi, which is radish kimchi, okay? I ate a few pieces.
Okay, so I don't know what kimchi is. I'm assuming it's just a seasoning because she said this is cucumber kimchi, so I'm assuming it's a seasoning. I'm surprised that the Asian community. I mean, I'll be honest with you. We assumed that all of them were just white worshipers. So the fact that I'm seeing videos about Asians giving pushback, I'll dig deeper into this. But I'm amazed. It's like seeing an African like say something bad about a white person. Like, I'm not trying to stereotype them, but we all know, they white worshipers. But the fact that you got some Asians that's giving pushback to white people, that's amazing. So
Now I'm craving a bit more. Closed it up. My place stinks to high heaven, okay? And I'm saying this because I watched a video of this woman who was stitching another video of a couple where she had her samtam, which is like a type of papaya salad, out, and her white husband was covering his nose while he was working because it was stinky. And the woman who was stitching this video was like, this man does not love you or respect you. And I would just like to say, I don't know anything else about that couple, but I know as a half Vietnamese, half Korean person that my fish sauce and my kimchi stink. They smell. Out of the context of eating it, they're just stinky foods. And I don't necessarily think that it's a sign of lack of love or disrespect. If a guy's like, because I will even, if I wasn't the person eating this, I am the person who ate it. And when I stepped out into my kitchen area and smelled it again, I was like, bro, this stuff, it's stinky.
This isn't life with an Asian wife.
see, that's the thing. I mean, there's so many things you can talk about, but sad to say, a lot of videos on YouTube are just about drama. Same thing, like if you go like to, what is it, Twitter or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I could have talked about something else or something positive instead of, making this into a whole story about it being something negative, which is not. Just, you gotta understand, white people don't season their food. If y'all understand it, then they don't have. That's why they don't have experience with different aromas or anything like that. Not saying the food don't stink. The Asian woman just literally said the food stink. I get it, but they don't season their food. So that's why you got like black people or like them, like Asian, Mexicans, like we season our food, so we get used to this stuff. So I'm gonna say this because it's truth. The food does have a smell to it. I understand that, but again, the dude is not disrespecting her for that. Me personally, you need to have like a window open or something. You know what I mean? So you see them crammed in a little small ass apartment. So obviously they don't have a balcony because if he had a balcony, just eat it outside. But I'm looking at it like that. Just crack a window open or something. If you have a balcony, which I know they don't, eat it outside on your balcony. But it is what it is, bro. It's like that's why you have to do your research before you just get with this um different types of people, because you need to know something about them. Even though I know white people don't give a shit, but if you get with them, you need to know something about their culture, bro. Let's don't go in there and be like, okay, I'm white and she not white, so she was gonna follow my rules. And that's it. Like you need to learn their culture. That's all I'm saying. So
This is life with a husband who can't respect Asian food. If you marry someone from another culture, their food, the smells of their food, and their traditions all come with it. Acting like it's disgusting isn't cute. It's disrespectful.
See the video that she's actually talking about.
and look at it. She's so uncomfortable because she obviously she want to eat, but she feel uncomfortable. So for you to be in that relationship, but that's the price you pay when you sell out, pretty much. You know what I mean? Because we all know at the end of the day, you just with him because he white, but that's what you get for selling out. Like now you around somebody you can't even you know what I'm saying? You uncomfortable to eat your own food around him when they in your presence. So if you would have got with your own people, that wouldn't have been a problem. But since you sold out, that's what you get. So
That is the message that you got from that video. So since she's Asian and he's white, because she's eating a food that maybe the aroma might not be too pleasant, and it looks like they're clearly joking around.
they're not
You
joking,
got
bro.
that he doesn't respect her and that she's a fetish just from that. I can understand if they were like boyfriend and girlfriend, which really it's nobody's business, but they're married. Marriage is a huge commitment. I would believe that marriage goes beyond being fetishized, but y'all call everything being fetishized these days. I don't know what's going on with American women, but they will take a playful scenario such as this and they will equivalate it to like cheating or abuse or being used financially. I don't know where you're getting the disrespect from. It just looks like a normal couple, interracial couple, having a fun time. And some of y'all exaggerate some of these videos on social media way too much.
Guys, I want to know your opinion in the comment section. I feel like this is not my place to comment, honestly, but I want to know your opinion in the comment section. A lot of people are angry, a lot of people are calling her out, a lot of people are saying, what are you still doing with the man? The man hates you. But then there are some Asians that are saying, oh, even we cannot stand our own, the smell of our own food. Like the woman you just watched. I'm like, but one thing I have noticed is when anything is happening between Asians and white, there are some particular group of Asians that will always come and excuse whatever the white people do. I want to know what you think in the comment section. I don't know what to say, honestly. I don't know what to say. If she's okay with the marriage like that, I'm okay with it too. But I want to know your opinion in the comment section.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, again, it's just two different cultures together, and that's the downside, right? Because not everything. I mean, you're not gonna like something you don't understand or you're not used to, right? That's pretty typical, but it's just two different cultures together, and she has this unique dish, and it has a strong aroma to it, and the white guy can't take it. So at the end of the day, he's got to deal with it, and yeah, it's one of them things. But for them to blow it out of proportion, like, oh, he hates you, it's a fetish, yada yada yada. Even though the fetish part is true, but dude don't hate it. He just don't like the smell of the food. It's just that simple. Because white people, they're the main. They don't season their food, bro. So they don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I was in that room too, it'll throw me off. But I guarantee it won't be as bad as with him because I'm used to being around different ethnic groups and trying their food. But it is one of them things. But it's one of the videos somebody just want to blow up and they want to start some kind of trend or whatever they want to call it. But at the end of the day, it's just the food was the smell of that food wasn't up to his liking. So that's one thing you got to worry about when you date with somebody in a different group. Understand, who they are and what's their traditions and what's the food, because all that stuff matters. But yeah, the fact that she was eating that food and she felt uncomfortable eating the food in the same room as him. Yeah, I'm not doing that to myself or the lady I'm with. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, let me know down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you can donate something to the Cash App, I really appreciate you. But yeah, until next time.